Remember how we used to talk for hours? About everything and nothing. I remember the night we met. It felt like the world just faded away and it was only us. We promised each other forever, sketching out our future on napkins in a late-night diner. We were so sure, so certain. We were invincible. But somewhere along the way, the music started to fade. The late-night talks became silent stares at the ceiling. The I love yous became a habit, or reflex, instead of a heartfelt declaration. It wasn't one big fight, one explosive argument that tore us apart. No, it was slower, quieter, and so much more painful. It was death by 1,000 paper cuts. It started with small things. You stopped noticing my new haircut. I forgot to ask how your big presentation went. We started spending more time on our phones than with each other, even when we were sitting side by side on the same couch. The space between us grew, millimeter by millimeter, until it was a chasm we couldn't cross. I remember one evening, I cooked your favorite meal. I lit candles, put on the music we used to love, hoping to find a spark, the glimmer of the us we used to be. You came home late, tired from work. You barely glanced at the table, just mumbled you weren't hungry, and went straight to the bedroom. I sat there alone, the food growing cold, and for the first time, I felt the cold seep into my bones. That was the night I realized forever might have an expiration date. We became roommates sharing a space, our lives running on parallel tracks that would never intersect again. The laughter that used to fill our home was replaced by an oppressive silence. So loud it was deafening. We were strangers with shared memories. I'd look at you and see the ghost of the person I fell in love with, and I wondered if you saw the same in me. I tried to talk about it. I'd say, "Are we okay?" And you'd reply, "Yeah, just tired," and the conversation would end. It was easier to pretend, easier to ignore the gaping wound in the heart of our relationship, because acknowledging it meant we had to do something about it, and maybe we were both too scared to face the possibility that it was beyond repair. Sometimes, I find myself scrolling through old photos. US on that beach trip, covered in sand, smiling so wide it looked like our faces would crack. US at that concert, screaming the lyrics to our song. In those pictures, we look so happy, so in love. It's like looking at two entirely different people. I wonder, where did they go? When did we lose them? The hardest part is that there's no one to blame. Life just happened. We grew. But we grew apart. Our dreams, which were once intertwined, started branching off in different directions, and holding on was starting to hurt more than letting go. We were the people holding onto the ends of a rope, pulling in opposite directions, just tearing our hands apart. Letting go of someone you thought you'd spend your life with is like learning to breathe underwater. It's unnatural, terrifying, and every instinct tells you to stop. But you have to. You have to let go of the idea of what could have been to make space for what can be. You have to accept that some love stories don't have a happy ending, but that doesn't make the love any less real. Our story is a collection of beautiful moments and painful silences. It's a testament to a love that was vibrant and true, even if it wasn't meant to last forever. And as I pack the last of my things into a box, I find that old napkin from the diner. Our future, sketched in faded ink. I smile, a sad, bittersweet smile. We didn't get our forever, but we had a beautiful for a while. And sometimes, that has to be enough. This journey is incredibly difficult. And it's okay to not be okay. If you're struggling with feelings of loss or heartbreak, please know that help is available. Talking to a mental health professional can provide you with the support you need to navigate these tough times. There are resources like the National Alliance on Mental Illness and the Crisis Text Line. You don't have to go through this alone. Thank you for listening. Take care of yourselves. Thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, follow, comment, and subscribe my page for more at Ukmagul Copyright.